What's going on, guys and girls? Static here, and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. It's been a little bit longer between episodes than you guys have probably, or were probably expecting, and I'll get to that in a moment, if it's something you care about. I haven't really done a whole lot between the two episodes, aside from, as you can see, just making the spawn village here a little bit more user-friendly, and adding in some experimenting with some lighting options, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I wanted to keep the general sort of Minecraft village feel of the village. I didn't want to flatten out the gravel too much or like make the paths more polished or anything. But at the same time, I don't want to have to jump around everywhere, and I know how ironic it is saying that, considering as I'm talking, I'm jumping around. I have no idea why us Minecrafters do this, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you're talking to someone on Skype or whatever on a Minecraft server and you guys are just talking, generally you'll just start hopping around on stuff. No idea why, but yeah, I tend to do the same thing when I'm recording videos as well. So other than making the village a little bit more user-friendly, one of the other things I did was just have a little bit of a scout around the location here, just to see if I could spot anywhere I wanted to start building. Because like I said, the village is sort of somewhere where we're spending a little bit of time, like a base camp kind of thing. It's not going to be our base at all. It's just a really convenient place to set up a temporary base, I guess. So I've mentioned in videos before that I really like building in mountainous terrain. And so from the village, this was pretty much the only mountain I could spot, aside from the one over that way, but I'll get to that in a moment. And it looked really cool. It had this massive gaping opening cave overhang thingy here. And yeah, it was pretty sort of a promising sort of location, but and this part here is really awesome. I love coming through this overhang, and then I think over here, yeah, there's like a, no, where was it? I don't know. Probably here, I guess. Have like a staircase up or something. But climbed up to the top of this thing, and it was really not that impressive. So it's, yeah, kind of hard to get up there, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. I think I got up there with an ender pearl last time. Man, those little dudes can take a fair few hits. So yeah, this, even though it was an interesting location, and I do want to do something with this at some stage, this isn't where we're going to be having our base. So yeah, I don't know why I showed you that. Okay, so I guess that was pretty pointless, but I thought it was a really cool structure, so I thought I'd give you guys a look at that. Oh yeah, another thing that I've been doing between the two episodes, so the forest kind of reminded me here. Usually when I start a Minecraft world or play in Minecraft, one of the things that I'd neglect to do a lot is chop down trees. It's just such a chore, and as a result, I usually end up with all kinds of resources, but practically not a stick of wood. So I decided I'd get that out of the way nice and early. I'm always really hesitant with nice looking forests like that, hesitant to cut the trees down, because I don't know, I feel like when I place the saplings back down, I never get them spaced quite as randomly as the forest naturally generates. I don't know, I'm just a little bit weird like that. But yeah, I've decided I'll commit to logging that forest sustainably for the moment until we can get a wood farm set up. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit of wood stored at the moment. So yeah, we probably won't need to do that again for a while, which is good. I can focus on other things. So yeah, my next sort of place to explore is I wanted to check over here. I decided a fair while ago that I was going to use these caves around here as like a spot for a mine. I love the way there's this little plateau here. We'll probably do some like diagonal stairs, or maybe like semi-diagonal, coming up to here. I love this little plateau and like overlooking the village and the flower hill. I love this little flower hill. This is really cool. I don't know, it's one of the things that I noticed when I was editing back through like the first episode that was really jumped out at me. It was really kind of iconic about this location, and the fact that this pillar just naturally spawned here. And look at the view of that village. Yeah, so I love that the pillar spawns in the middle of the flower hill, and all of that sort of overlooked by this little plateau here, and then all this open space where I'm thinking we'll either expand the village at some point, or I don't know, maybe do some free range animal farms of some description. Is the sun going down? Oh no, it's still got about half a day. Look like it's getting dark. So yeah, I mean it's a nice location and there's a lot of potential for it. But I mean it's a lot of these things like these outgrowths of stone are very narrow. There's not a lot of space to build in them, and that's sort of one of the reasons why I like building in mountainous areas is carving out some space and just building a base inside there, because I'm not really the best at making good looking structures. That sun is actually going to go down pretty quick, so we might quickly get a bit of a nap. And I guess on the way back I can explain for those of you who actually care where I've been. So it has been around about 3 weeks since my last video. I think it'll be almost exactly 3 weeks actually by the time I upload this. And I did say that I was going to aim for kind of fortnightly fortnightly uploads. Now that's not a hard and fast rule, guys. Sometimes I might upload weekly, which I do want to kind of get in the habit of doing. Sometimes I might upload fortnightly, or might need to take longer, or sometimes you might get like daily episodes. You never know. It's just whatever I can do at the time, because at the moment I do have a lot of other commitments going on, as a lot of you will undoubtedly understand. I am actually a human being, not just a talking screen. Could have sworn that sun was going down. Slowly. We'll harvest some wheat and stuff while we talk. Yeah, so that's pretty much been the case now as well. I said in one of the previous videos that work was sort of starting to settle down. I was starting to get into the rhythm of things, and all was peachy. I was getting into a routine and figuring out the fortnights, which was just insanity. But it's gone and changed again. The company that bought the site that I work for, because it's kind of like a franchise, I guess. They've realised that it's really not profitable for this site to be operating 24/7, because for the night shift, a lot of the time we would get maybe 25 customers. I mean, it ramped up in the warmer seasons, so spring and summer, because then you get like the fishermen through. But other than that, yeah, it was very quiet during the nights, and basically the company that was running the place didn't really care. They had the money to throw around. The new company is kind of like a family company. I think that, or something like that. They've bought up a bunch of these franchises, and I'm pretty sure I heard that they were a family company. And they've sort of gone through and, yeah, just realised it's not worth them operating 24 hours, and so the site is now no longer operating 24 hours, which means that, because we had 4 shifts a day, it was shift work, that sort of chopped off an entire shift every day, which meant that we were suddenly massively overstaffed, and I was no longer going to be working nights, so I had to flip my sleeping pattern again. And this all happened halfway through one of my regular fortnights. So I had a regular length week while I was sort of still in fortnight mode, and it was the weekend, but it felt like the middle of the week to me, and I was just, I was all over the place. And on top of that, it was just recently the 1 year anniversary of my grandpa passing, which, yeah, it was kind of weird timing. But yeah, so I decided it just wasn't really, and it needed to take some time out from recording, basically. But yeah, so now that we're back, I did actually record, as I mentioned in a previous video. We might actually start carving out some of the area here, just because, like I said, I do want to get a mine going here. Um, yeah, I reckon here. So like I mentioned in, it was either the first episode or the second episode back, when I did decide to come back to YouTube, I did record like 3 episodes or so in a row. Now the episodes weren't really the best kind of top quality episodes. They were just, I wanted to record a few in a row just to keep the momentum going and give myself a running start. And so the first 2 you've seen already. The third was, I don't really know what I was planning. I was thinking of like kind of doing like a montage or something. I don't know. We're gonna need a montage of upgrading the village a little bit, making it kind of livable. Wasn't really all that interesting. So I'm thinking, and there goes my pick. Don't want to waste the fortune pick on that, even though it is only fortune 1, but I need to destroy these stone picks. And I know this is not the most riveting footage, guys, but yeah, trust me, you'll want to listen to this. So I mentioned in, I think it was the second episode, that I was going to do like a Q&A, and I got you guys to use the tag down there. Apparently hashtags do work on YouTube. I just said user, just a little tag on the front, but which I know that's what a hashtag is, but I meant something like this. But yeah, so hashtags work, so feel free to use hashtags or whatever. So what I decided I'd do is, we are going to use that montage. It's not going to be the most entertaining thing in the world, but what I've found is with talky episodes like Q&As, especially where, you know, there's viewer comments, stuff like that can actually be kind of interesting. It's more background visuals to the audio. So yeah, we're going to do the Q&A on that. Either that or some caving footage. I haven't really decided yet, but yeah, that'll be included as a bonus link. So if you want to click this, feel free to give that a click. Alright, so I was going to do one of those cuts where I come back and then there's all this progress done and I go, okay, that's going to be enough for now and keep going. But I realised I'm out of my diamond pick and I'm using my fortune pick. So we don't want to waste that, like I said before. So we're going to keep moving and I'll show you the places that I've found and what I kind of want to do with them. So yeah, this is all still going to be like the mine and stuff, but we're going to come through. You got this, again, this sort of natural archway here. I'm thinking it'd be cool to have kind of like a Minecraft statue, like, you know how people make statues of their skins and stuff, but you know, have a couple of those, kind of like the Lord of the Ringsy kind of statues. But I don't know, haven't decided on that yet. But what I do want is a bridge across here. Really, really cool looking badass bridge over to this mountain, and then I reckon we take an elevator up, because that's a pain in the ass to climb and I want an excuse to use an elevator. So yeah, these mountains are a real pain to climb. They're going to be a lot easier to travel around once I finally get some ender pearls going. But at the moment they're in kind of short supply. So I like that really big tree over there. I think that's 2 trees, but the way it's sort of spawned together, that looks like one big tree. So that I really like. I'm thinking, because I'm so big on my homages to Etho, a static LP wouldn't be complete without one. So I reckon we'll turn that into one of Etho's light trees. So this was one of the first sort of mountains I explored at the top of after that one, because I decided I was going to build the bridge across. I wanted to see what the view from the top of here looks like, and I love it. It's, yeah, you can see all these mountain ranges, but trust me, the views get better from here on out. I spotted this area down here with this giant gaping open cave, and the fact that it kind of looks like these mountains make a circle around this crater, and I thought, yep, that's it. That's where I'm going to start building at least a temporary base around here, or a, oops, I don't have feather falling on, so I've got to be kind of careful around here. Yeah, at least a first attempt at a base. I reckon I can make that. Oh yeah. Definitely going to have to include a bunch of those leaps of faith. Sorry, 'cause I really enjoy doing that. But I'm gonna have to run back to the village and sleep again, and then I'll show you our new abode. One of the things I really like as well is coming out of this mine, or what's going to be the mine, how the sun is setting right over there. So after a hard day's mining, you come out to the sunset, turn around, and there's the village and the forest in the background. It's such a cinematic location. It's awesome. Can't wait to see what I find on the ground. So you know what, while we're back in the village, I think I might actually get a crack on I might actually get started on the project or one of the projects that we're going to do for today. I should empty this crap out of my inventory, because this is something that we can get going in the background, and I don't have that many. Well, yeah, I was going to say I don't have that many eggs. Now you guys know what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be making a real quick chicken farm. The reason we're going to do that is because now what do I need? I need chests. Don't know how many I'm going to need, so we'll just, we'll turn all that to planks. So the reason I want to do that is I want to start trading with these villages, and I've had a look around, and I've got heaps of wood. Never mind. Yeah, I want to get started trading with these villages, and I had a look around for like what kind of trades they had, and what kind of trades I could really start producing some emeralds with. Main ones I found were like wheat, which I've already got growing, but I mean it's pretty slow at the moment, and chickens. So I figure we can hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, that'll be plenty. And pun unintended, by getting a bit of a chicken farm going. I think we'll make it just outside the city limits as well. Just a temporary one for now, just to get the population up. That way we don't have to deal with the sound, and we can get some occasional mob drops in there. So I reckon here's a perfect spot, and I don't have a shovel. Alright, now I got a shovel, that's better. Okay, so yeah, this way we don't have to deal with the noise of the chickens. I can't remember what I was going to say with that. Iron shovel was probably overkill, but whatever, we got the job done. So we're going to chuck up a quick crafting table here as well, just because they're always handy. We'll use trapdoor just so that we can get in and out, and we're just going to use some of these hoppers here, like so. And what few chicken eggs we have, we're going to cross our fingers and pray we get some chickens. 1. Come on, I only need a couple. Yep, 2. Cool. Alright, so while we go exploring, those guys are going to breed up, or grow up, I guess. They won't breed unless we forcibly push them together, which is kind of weird if you ask me. Way overshot. But yeah, and so while we're exploring, hopefully we'll get some eggs and we can start chicken farming. Alright, so this is where I think the entrance to the base is going to be. I love this giant waterfall here. We're going to neaten up the edges a little bit, but not too much. I want to pretty much preserve the way that this looks. Maybe bring it out a little bit more, or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe put some flowers there on that little patch of grass. But then this up here is where the entrance is going to be. So this is going to be like the ground level entrance. So when you come from the farms, oh, not the farms, the village. Well, I guess the farms as well. Depends what we've been doing. And yeah, so you're going to come in underground and then come in up into the main structure here, or the main part of the base, I guess. This I'm probably going to use as our initial little bedroom storage area kind of thing. I reckon we'll cover this in glass, just so we got a nice view of the mountains and stuff. I mean, it's not really that much of a view, but I love this open cave thing here. And then we've got ready access into the caves as well, so we can start lighting the underground areas up and getting some resources going. Now, it's mostly gravel around here. You can see it's like tons and tons and tons and tons of gravel. Gravel's ugly as hell. It's useful. It's ugly as hell. But I'm kind of paranoid about removing a lot of this stuff because, as I've mentioned before, I like the natural structure. But I don't know, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I'm thinking what will end up happening, and probably in the next episode or so, I want to do a storage system in this one here, all the way from up here right down to bedrock. That's probably going to be like a control sort of area, and then I reckon we'll have a mob system up above, dropping mobs into like a crater here. We might actually, yeah, don't need to worry about digging out the gravel and ruining the structure here, because this part I think I want to tunnel all the way down to bedrock pretty much as well. And then over here, this is where, on top of this one, which is, I can't remember how I got up there. Cuts make it a lot easier. So because I wanted to do a control room up here, which I thought would be a good spot because it's sort of overlooking everything, I wanted to see what the view looked like from up here, and wow, like this in itself is plenty. Then you've got a bit more forest over here, a bay over there, and then this giant thing staring you in the face. So yeah, this is definitely where I'm going to be starting my temporary base, I guess we'll call it. Another really awesome thing about these locations is that, and this is the giant waterfall obviously, is that there's a lot of these giant entrance cave type things that just go straight down. I haven't really explored any of them yet, but those are really generally a pretty good sign that the cave goes a long way down, hopefully right down to diamond level, and then yeah, hopefully we can get some resources going nice and quick, because my diamond supply is still hasn't really budged from the last episode. So a little bit of a progress update. I've just expanded the room out a little bit, placed down a few chests and furnaces, and yeah, a crafting bench and some cobblestone and stuff. I'm sort of trying to plan out what I want to do with the place in my head, and I think it's kind of cool. The cobblestone kind of serves the double purpose of, like, because I'm kind of keeping the door open here at the moment so that I can put some piston doors in. And so mobs can come through, but they have kind of an obstacle course to get around to get to me. So usually I can turn around and dispatch them before they do any sort of real damage. So, well, that was kind of cool. But yeah, so I have never actually made a proper mine in Minecraft before. I usually get all my resources from caves. But I decided that one of the first projects I wanted to do in the series was a mine, just because I've got some ideas for projects that are going to require a lot of resources. I'm going to want to be using diamond to mine stuff, and enchant tools and use tons of redstone. So caving just isn't going to cut it. So I thought I'd do a mine. I did almost attempt a mine once before on Hermitcraft. I was going for a diagonal mine. And so I thought I'd do the same thing to start this series off. Alright guys, so not a whole lot of time's passed for you, but for me quite a lot's actually happened. In between that little cut there, I've already had a bit of a sleep. I don't know if you heard it in my voice, but I was actually quite tired. I've also dug out this entire tunnel all the way down to bedrock with the 3 high pattern, which it's actually, even without a minecart, it's quite quick on the way down. It's still, there's a lot of unexplored areas around. I just wanted to get down to bedrock as quick as I could. I will explore those in a little bit. But yeah, so we came across quite a couple of really good areas, some ravines, and found some slimes on the way down as well, which is going to be really awesome because I want to make some piston doors. But down here, I was also experimenting with how I want to start or structure the mine. So basically what I want to try and do is dig the least amount of blocks as I can while seeing all of the, or as many blocks as I can, if that makes sense. Like I want to try and minimize the amount of digging I have to do to see every single block in a certain grid. And so what we're going to do with this diagonal tunnel, you can see I've got a couple of offshoots, and these are, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be digging these 3 blocks tall. These are going to be the main offshoot tunnel, and off this we're going to dig a bunch of smaller 2-block high tunnels this way as well. This way, with the height difference, we'll be able to navigate our way back to the minecart line, or what will be a minecart line once I get the iron for it. And so these I'm planning on digging out maybe, I don't know, something like 128 blocks or so, just a long ways that way and then a long ways that way. And so I'll do the same on the other side, and that way they'll connect like a bunch of blocks. I don't know how many, you do the math, but down that way. And then with this crisscross pattern here, we'll make sure that in that sort of area, we'll check every single block that we possibly can, get all the resources in that area, and do the least amount of digging. So that was a bit of a mouthful, but I was trying to find the way that worked the best for this kind of pattern. So I started first here with trying to figure out how many blocks apart I wanted these main tunnels, and so you can see we've got 1 elevation between these 2, and that works pretty well in that you can see all of the blocks around. So like you see, like if we dig here, and then on the next level up, those 2 and those 2. From this level we can see sort of those blocks there in the floor, and here we can see all the blocks surrounding us, and we see every single block, but there's a lot of wasted blocks because here and here we both see the same block there, and you know, here we can see the same block from that tunnel, and that tunnel. So there's quite a lot of unnecessary mining there. So the next level up, so here you can see I tried the main shaft starting here, did 2 elevations, and then this way, and you can sort of see what that does illustrated here. So there's the tunnels that are, so those are the tunnels on the lower level, which are just signified with dirt blocks so I don't fall down there like I just did, and then this is the tunnels on the next level. So you can see that quite clearly. I've sort of been trying a bunch of different stuff. So like up on this level, you can see I've done the same 2 jumps, but then and the same L shape, but then I've tried to leave 2 blocks in between. And this is so that you know, you only have to dig a tunnel here and a tunnel here, and you see this block in this wall, this block in this wall. So you see both of those blocks with sort of the least amount of tunneling, if that makes any sense at all. You don't, like with this tunnel down here, where I didn't do it 2 blocks wide, you can see we've got a little bit of wastage because this block is seen by both this tunnel and that tunnel. But I've noticed that with this design up here, when you try and layer it on top of each other, like I want to do the whole way up, you actually, sorry, not this one, it's a little bit confusing in here, but once I get the pattern figured out, it'll be nice and easy to see everything. But you kind of, like, you miss blocks here, so these 2 blocks here, if we were to stack this repeating pattern on top of itself, we wouldn't see these at all. And then there will be repeated blocks in the floor as well because of the way that these stack diagonally. Like you can see here, I think I was going to do a tunnel. You see the floor block as the roof in both, oh, sorry, the floor in that one and the roof in this tunnel. So you see that block twice. So there's sort of double wastage in this one. So yeah, we're going to go with this pattern, I think. So if you do want to do this kind of a mine in your own world, this is what we're going to do. And like I said, it is kind of confusing trying to navigate around here at the moment. But another thing we're going to do as well is in this first offshoot tunnel, like from the diagonal, we're going to do this 3 blocks tall. And then these secondary offshoot tunnels, we're just going to do 2 blocks tall. And then that way you'll be able to figure out sort of where you are. We'll also do stuff with torches, like placing them only on one side so that you can navigate around with the torches. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing here. Now I do need to grab some obsidian while I'm down here. I did in one of these tunnels, and now I'm at bedrock, so it's obviously up a little bit higher. Did come across some lava. Here we go. Alright, so the 2 rooms that are carved out are here and over there. So we'll get to that one in a moment. That's what we needed the obsidian for. This one over here is going to be like our like automatic smelter room kind of thing, like a foundry. I don't know what we want to call it, but it's going to be pretty basic for now. I just want to get something up and running so that I can get started on mining, getting some minerals and whatnot, chucking them into the machine, having that all processed for us while we go mine some more. And so hopefully that'll help me get some resources nice and quickly. The only problem is the way that I want to set this up. Like I want to just have it so that I can just come to a chest and dump all of the stuff into just the one chest, and then have the chest sort everything out. So like, you know, coal and iron, gold, everything in the one chest, have it all sorted out. To do that, we're going to need to use item filters, and to use item filters, we need comparators, I'm pretty sure. And I've got like a bunch of redstone and stuff, but I'm pretty sure you need nether quartz for comparators. So we're going to need to go to the nether to do this little project here. So that's what this room over here is. This is where we're going to do our portal, I reckon. So did bring, where did I put the rest of the, that's over in the mine. Brought the rest of the obsidian that I got in the previous episodes. I think I got 6, or no, I got 8. I don't know why. I just like with the coal and the furnaces, it's like the magic number is 8. You need 8 coal to a stack, and for some reason I got that same number stuck in my head with the obsidian for a portal. And yeah, obviously it's not 8, it's 10 minimum for another portal. So yeah, that's why we got those extra 2 blocks of obsidian before. Took me a little bit longer than it probably should have though. It took me a while to realise that we weren't breathing. So there's a tip for you when you're making your nether portals or getting your obsidian. Always remember to breathe. Now I did bring some iron with me as well, and we've got some flint in the chest over here. Kind of really excited to see what we get in terms of a nether. I don't want to take all my iron, just one. I don't really have any arrows on me at all. I got 12, but I mean that's not really going to do a whole heap. So hopefully we don't come out anywhere with ghasts. Hopefully we have a little bit of cover, but I'm hoping we come out somewhere near a nether fortress. That'd be really, really nice. Alright. I tend to be pretty lucky with my worlds, so here's hoping for a good nether. Well, we're pretty out in the open here. There's a lot of soul sand, which is going to be nice for when we finally find some nether wart, get some potions going. Got some quartz right there in the roof, but a little bit precarious, so we'll get this stuff here. Alright. I want to get a few just because we'll probably just start with something small for now, but I want to try and make the machine kind of repeatable so we can get like an array going. I'm sure you guys have done stuff like this in your own world, so you probably know what sort of what I've got planned. But yeah, never done anything like this before, so it's gonna be fun to mess around with. Good that we've got a little bit of glowstone easily accessible there, but and here as well. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that spawn actually. I'll leave the glowstone there for now though until we get a silk touch pick, but we should get quite a bit of experience from our automatic foundry thing here though. That's one thing I've noticed recently, because I never used to do mines, and I've been playing a little bit off camera in a personal world, and yeah, I've realized that you actually do get quite a bit of experience from just mining, so really looking forward to getting this up and running. Alright, so we've had another cut and another bunch of days gone past. This episode's actually been filmed over a series of days. It's been pretty disruptive, and I kind of want to get this episode finished. So I did do a bunch of experimenting with these furnace arrays off camera. I haven't really had that much experience with hoppers yet though, so I didn't really have too much of a clue what I'm doing. So I think before we work on a furnace array, which we will get going in the future, we don't even really have the iron for a furnace array at the moment. So I think we're just going to start with just two. Actually, I don't think we want that there. I think we want that one block further forward. Just going to have two automatic furnaces going where we can just dump stuff into and have it do its thing. We don't really need to do item sorting or anything like that to begin with. So I think what we want is just one hopper each on top of these, and we've got 4 chests here as well, so this is going to be where we put whatever we want to smelt, and we're going to need to shift click that on. So we'll just do that. We'll shift these chests around so that the latches are on the front eventually, just because I'm kind of OCD like that, but for now those will do. So that's where we'll chuck all of our iron and gold and whatever else we want to smelt, and then I'm pretty sure we can just pipe the coal in from the sides here. We could do this behind, but then they wouldn't be quite as accessible. So again, we're going to need something to stand on because I'm such a short ass. So chuck those on top facing the right way around, and so that's where our coal or other fuel sources are going to go. Now I don't actually want to pull the finished products out of the bottom of the furnace. I could do that, but for now I actually want to use the experience that I get from cooking stuff up in here. Alright, so pretty self-explanatory design. It should do the trick. I don't really have that much stuff on me to smelt, but I guess I can smelt up some cobblestone, and we'll throw in some coal. And yeah, it looks like that gets going nice and quickly. This will mean that we use a bunch more coal than we have to though. Usually I'll stash ores and stuff in a chest until I get full stacks, and then I'll throw in 8 pieces of coal in a full stack. That way I don't waste any coal. This isn't going to do that. This is just going to chew through the work. And it's also going to sort of stop if, say we smelt up a bunch of iron, then only iron is going to fill into this chest, or if we then get something else other than iron filter into here, then that's going to jam it up because it's going to have nowhere to go, unless of course we take out the iron and stuff. So Not really a super automated system, but for now it should do the trick, and it should mean that I don't have to worry too much about stocking furnaces and stuff. Hopefully with this we should be able to get a bunch more iron, and then we should be able to upgrade to some sort of a furnace array. But for now I think that's pretty much going to do it for the episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. We did get a fair bit of progress done today. I know it's all just simple stuff at the moment, just a mine shaft and a furnace room, but need strong foundations to get some good creations going. So I'm actually quite happy with what we've got done so far. Now I've just got to hope I can edit these few days worth of footage into some sort of a watchable video, but you guys will be able to know better than me whether I've been able to achieve that or not. So yeah, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Be gentle, and I'll see you guys